Hi, my name is Patty Dowd and I'm a STEM teacher at Ottawa Hills Junior-Senior High School. I always say that I get paid to play with toys. I teach a lot of really fun classes such as automation and robotics, design and modeling, things that involve CAD, electronics, computer programming, flight and space, and so many other fun topics. What sparked my interest in my career was just finding out that a STEM teacher was a career that even existed. I always thought that you just had math teachers and English teachers and science teachers. I didn't realize that you could be a teacher for something multidisciplinary such as STEM. The training I received for my job was really just a lot of my life experience that I had before I became a teacher. Originally, I went to college thinking I would just major in math. I didn't even know a STEM teacher existed, so I obviously didn't go to major in that. However, once I was in college, I found out that I had to take a lab class, and so I decided to take physics because it looked like it had a lot of math in it. When I took physics, I found out that I actually really enjoyed it a lot more than math because I enjoyed the hands-on portion of it and not just solving equations all day. So I ended up double majoring in math and physics with a minor in computer science. I minored in computer science just because some professor told me I should, so I did. After college, I went on to graduate school at the University of Michigan where I studied planetary science. At the University of Michigan, I got to be involved in a lot of really neat projects. My advisor was involved in a couple of different NASA missions, so I got to watch him work on the planning processes all the way up through actual launch and collecting data for both the Curiosity mission, which is currently a rover on Mars, and the Juno mission, which is an orbiter at Jupiter. Ultimately, I decided that I didn't want to be a research scientist, so I went back to school to become a teacher. I always enjoyed teaching more than just the research aspect of it. I decided to become a math teacher originally because that was my original passion, so I taught math for 5 years. Then I saw the position posted at Ottawa Hills for a STEM teacher, and I was super excited because I wouldn't only just get to do math, I would also get to do all of the other subjects that I was passionate about. One fun fact about my career is that it's led me to do lots of really cool things. When I was an undergrad in college up at Northern Michigan University, I had the opportunity to visit the Mackinac Bridge and go all the way to the very top of it. It was a super cool experience. I also got to do a teacher training program through Air Camp down in Dayton, Ohio, where in the end of the camp, I got to actually fly an airplane. By the way, that camp is open for all of you. You should look it up. It's called Air Camp USA. Super fun. It's like space camp, but with airplanes. You guys should all apply. They have it for kids, I think starting in 3rd grade all the way up through high school. Some advice that I would give to young women pursuing a career in STEM is not to be afraid to be the only girl. Being in a physical science field, I was often around a lot of other men. Very often, I was the only girl in my classes. While a lot of STEM fields have more women represented in them, such as biology and life sciences, in computer science and physics, it's still very male-dominated fields. So don't be afraid to be the only girl. What I love about STEM is how multidisciplinary it is. I love that you get to do lots of different subjects and put them together instead of studying just one topic individually. The advice that I would give my 18-year-old self would not to be afraid to take risks and to try new things. A lot of the opportunities that I've had throughout life is because I'm willing to try something new. If I weren't going to be a STEM teacher, my backup career would be to do something else in education. Honestly, I think it'd be really cool to work at the Imagination Station. It looks like it'd be a super fun place to work. Another thing I would consider doing is working at NASA doing education and public outreach. Fun fact, every NASA mission has to commit a certain percentage of their budget just towards education and public outreach. I think informal education is important because it makes science fun. When you make science fun, students are more interested in learning more about it. When you get to do hands-on things, you actually get to see what's happening as opposed to just reading about it in a book. My favorite author is Michael Crichton. He writes a lot of really interesting science fiction books, but it's more like a realistic science fiction, not so much like crazy weird alien science fiction. He also wrote one of my favorite books, which is Jurassic Park, which is also one of my 2 favorite movies. My other favorite movie, just in case you're wondering, is Apollo 13. It's amazing. You should watch it. One piece of advice that I would give a young girl is to do whatever you're interested in. Don't do what your friends are doing. Don't do what your parents want you to do. Well, maybe do some of what they want you to do. But find what your passions are and follow your passions. Don't do anything just because you think it's what you should do. Find out what you actually enjoy. And then, if you're not sure what you want to enjoy, find somebody like me who's willing to help you figure out something that would be interesting to you.